Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I...
Okay, what is up, my fellow nerds out there? My name is G-Vens.
I'm Adrian. I was in his video last week.
Yep, he was in that April Fool's video, and welcome to the first episode of a brand new segment on my channel. What ended up being like an April Fool's joke of us like talking about a superhero movie ended up being something we really enjoyed doing, and so we decided, you know what? How about we make it an every Monday thing? The reason you're seeing this on Wednesday is because
his dumbass lost the footage.
My dumbass lost the footage that we filmed on Monday. But I think we both have some
better idea of what we're going to be talking about now.
So yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, there was recently a live-action CGI remake of Dumbo. I wasn't a big Dumbo kid. He was. He loved it as a kid. It's one of his favorite Disney movies. And today we're going to talk about our thoughts on the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but just from the trailers and kind of what we talked about Monday, I think I have a pretty clear idea of what it's about and how it's kind of different from the original Dumbo.
Yeah. Also, that's pretty much what we want to do. Just compare what's different from the new movie and what they kept the same from the old movie that came out in like the 40s, I think.
So to get our little TED Talk started here, Tim Burton made this one, so that should kind of tell you right away it's gonna be different trippy. It's like hell. It's
gonna be very different. For those like you guys know, Tim Burton likes to change a lot of shit, like that unnecessary sad and like backstory to how Willy Wonka is the way he is, like in Charles and the Chocolate Factory. I kind of felt it was unnecessary. Some people felt Some people felt it was sort of great, but I personally think he should have just ended it off at the freaking like glass elevator scene. But instead, we have to do this like sad, like alternate ending with him meeting his dad and stuff. But I'm getting off topic here. So first things first, right away, there's no talking animals.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of hoping Tim Burton would be the type of person to like put talking animals in his movies.
Seems like the type of movie he would make.
Because he likes a lot of weird shit, but I'm guessing he didn't do any talking animals. You know, I'm pretty sure Dumbo didn't talk in either version, so he got that right.
Yeah.
And, but aside from Dumbo not talking, none of the other circus animals talk. It's just a bunch of humans interacting with a baby elephant and shit.
Another thing that's different about this story is how it does a lot of its scenes differently from the original movie. So, like you guys might know, in the original movie, the baby storks deliver the animals, the storks deliver all the babies, and that's how they deliver Dumbo, is they deliver them to Mrs. Jumbo. Yeah. However, in this movie, it takes like a weird like birth approach, like an actual birth approach, where Mrs. Jumbo is pregnant, and you know, it's this whole big thing in the circus, and the circus this time around isn't a normal circus with just like performing animals and stuff. It's like a freak show type of circus.
Pretty much.
And basically, pops out Dumbo with these big fucking ears, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want another freak." Blah 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 blah. And this is gonna be like, yeah. So
he's like, I don't want a real freak. I already got a circus full of fake freaks. By the way, the circus owner is being played by Danny DeVito, which is really fucking funny. But it's like apparently. Mrs. Jumbo got delivered or sold to Danny DeVito, and the reason
she was already pregnant.
Yeah, and the reason he bought Mrs. Jumbo is because she is pregnant with a baby, which apparently this baby is supposed to be like the most magical and like the most amazing thing ever. And so that's why that's why when Mrs. Jumbo, who was hoping this baby would be like his new attraction and a new way to bring like tourists and to bring people, because apparently the circus is doing really bad in this version of the movie. I don't entirely remember if the original movie had the circus like doing bad, but it's whatever. Also, another thing that we didn't touch on Monday, the way Dumbo looks. If y'all remember from the original Dumbo, he had like a cute little hat. He had a cute little hat, and he had a cute little like bib, I guess you could call it, or something.
Yeah, it was like a bib.
But he is completely naked this time. There's no hat. Mrs. Jumbo isn't dressed like a fucking mom.
Depending on how you like the CGI in this movie, he says it looks great, but from the trailers, from what I saw, it looks sketchy as hell. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I think that it's a better end product than the initial trailers. So, I mean, what's different about this movie, like we said, it follows a different story. Character interactions are a lot different.
Yeah.
They took out some of the characters, like the little mouse. He's in the movie, but he's not as prominent as you might hope. What else did they change? They changed how the humans interact with each other.
Yeah.
How Dumbo gets his powers to fly, things like that. He kind of in this movie he kind of starts flying in the beginning as opposed to the end.
They're implying that Dumbo already has his flying powers, whereas in the
Original is kind of like the climax.
yeah
of where
in the
when he got him.
in the original it's kind of like Dumbo is like discovering, but in this one, like I said, the baby elephant is supposed to be some magical thing ever, which I'm guessing means like he can like fly and shit. The two main kids do like a little experiment with him, and that's when they gave him the feather, and he sucks it up, he sneezes, and he like does a little hover in the air, and then like, oh my god, this elephant is flying, but of course the adults don't believe it. And so that's kind of another thing that they changed. If you guys remember, none of the humans know Dumbo can fly until the very last scene in the original, where like they're doing that whole clown firefighter act. But in this one, that clown firefighter act like happens like very quickly for like the first 20 minutes, and that's when everyone sees Dumbo flying shit. And also, not to mention that this is after Mrs. Jumbo gets taken away. Mrs. Jumbo goes like batshit crazy.
Yeah, so in this one she goes, she gets in the original she gets upset because what was it? They were like making fun of Dumbo, I think, and things like that. And this one that she gets upset because
they're throwing shit.
They're throwing shit at Dumbo, but like in this one it's a little bit more graphic. She does kill a man.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually plays on screen, like you said, but it's implied that he's killed.
No, it happens on screen.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, it happens on screen.
And she goes upset because they're throwing apples and everything, but it's more of because one of the ringmasters is teasing Mrs. Jumbo, saying like, who's gonna protect Dumbo, things like that. And she's in a cage at this time, and she busts out of the cage and just like it all breaks loose.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then after that, she gets taken away instead of in the original. I think she was sold, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was.
Yeah,
sold.
she was sold, and it was, and that's where it gets more different. Is in this version of Dumbo. Dumbo doesn't actually like escape the circus to kind of go look for her. In this version, they still exist in the circus, but Dumbo gets bought off by another rival circus where Mrs. Jumbo is sold to, and where he tries to rescue her there. This new circus, it's different too. It's more of like a theme park type of thing where
it's like a theme park. It has like a science sort of attraction. It has the main coliseum where all the action happens. It has the Island of Terrors where they have a bunch of like scary ass animals. They're behind cages to scare people, kind of like a haunted house sort of thing.
That's where Mrs. Jumbo is.
Yeah.
And then the new ringmaster, he's the villain of the film. He wants Dumbo just because of the flying act.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a very different story than the original.
It's a very different story. Like I said, I would say like the first 20 minutes somewhat relates to what happens in the original, and then after that it's like a whole different complete story where I'm sitting here like, okay, Tim Burton, what the fuck, what new shit are you gonna do to my boy here? Although something that I do appreciate, he did add a little Easter egg that I forgot to mention on Monday. So hey, it's a good thing I'm doing this now. But he did add a little Easter egg where it's the night of the show, and they're selling like a bunch of plushies of Dumbo, and he's actually dressed up the way
the original Dumbo was.
Yeah. So
cool.
the plushies look like the original Dumbo, which I was kind of happy to see. I'm still kind of upset that the mouse wasn't in the movie as much. I mean, he's only there for 2 scenes. He doesn't talk though, and he is dressed up the way he's dressed up in the original movie.
Julio was staring at us from the back.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Julio. But like I feel like most of the time this mouse is just sitting here like what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I wearing these clothes? But like I said, the first 20 minutes is like something related to what like the original was about, and then like after it's like a whole completely different story, which apparently ends off with them setting Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo free into the jungle, and Dumbo was flying around in the jungle with a bunch of elephants and shit. So it's like, it's
a different ending too, because I believe in the ending they were still in the circus in the original, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a slave
the the ending part of it of the original, from what I remember, is everybody sees Dumbo fly for the first time.
Yeah, and like they're all
that's-
cheering and everything.
Yeah,
but-
and that's when him and the mouse escape the circus, and I think that's how they end it. So
I don't know.
yeah. Also, another different thing. For those of you that really like that really emotional "Baby of Mine" scene from the original, let me tell you that I personally think this "Baby of Mine" scene in the new one isn't as emotional, or heartbreaking as the original was, because in the original, like he finally finds his mother after not seeing her for so long, after she gets like sold because she went batshit crazy. Whereas in this one, she gets locked in a cage after like that should happen in Danny DeVito's circus, and like Dumbo just goes outside the cage for a bit while one of the circus freaks is singing the "Baby of Mine" song for some reason.
So,
So
as far as reboots go, do you recommend this film?
I recommend this film for the people because you guys gotta understand, the original came out like in the 40s.
Yeah.
So most of the people, I'm assuming most of the people that went to go see this movie, at least in the theater that I was, have never seen the original. So it's definitely a good movie for those who never seen the original. You know, it's like a modern Dumbo movie for them. But for those of you who have seen the original, all I'm saying is, if you do want to give this movie a chance, because I sure did, don't go into it expecting it to be just like the original, because it is Tim Burton. He does change a lot of shit, and you know, there's just certain stuff from the original that obviously couldn't make it into, like, for example, the scene where Dumbo gets drunk and the scene where the racist crows are singing. So just like, if you really love the original, like just don't go into it expecting like it to be an actual like
A
adaptation.
nostalgia fest.
Yeah, a nostalgia fest, because it really isn't. It's just something new. I think it is a pretty fun like new Dumbo movie for the new generation, at least. But I personally think it doesn't beat the original. But you know, I think people will enjoy it, but I do understand why people like didn't enjoy it as much.
My opinion is, I wasn't big on Dumbo as a kid. Wasn't my type of film. I did like the music in Dumbo a lot as a kid. I like the jazz kind of feel to it, the kind of old-timey circus music, things like that. But
yeah.
as far as reboots go, especially live-action reboots, I think it's a good direction that they're taking. Because most reboots or remakes, they follow the exact same story as the originals, and it's more to expose newer generations to that story, which is fine. But
Yeah.
I think that it's kind of overdone. I think that it's good to tell new stories with old or similar characters. It kind of brings a new light or a new perspective into the story. So I think that the direction how this new Dumbo went, I think that's how more live actions should go.
True.
But I think that if you're willing to give this film a chance, go for it.
Yeah. Don't let our opinion
Persuade you.
yeah, like I don't want us to like make you determine whether or not this is a good movie or not, because I did really enjoy it. He's never seen it before. He's just he feels kind of sketchy about it, but hopefully, like,
Well, I mean, it did get like a 60 on Rotten Tomato, right?
yeah, true. But I don't
Well, again, don't let that deter you. But
I don't like let the Rotten Tomatoes ratings like persuade me, because at the end of the day, you are your own critic.
You're your own critic
to the movie you watch, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Then it's whatever. But if you really like Disney, I'm not that big on Disney, but like he said, Dumbo was one of my favorite movies growing up with Disney.
Give it a chance. I think it'll be worth your time if you are invested in it.
Give it a chance if you are really into movies, and if you're really into Tim Burton. I know Tim Burton is loved by many people out
Popular,
there.
yeah.
So like, definitely give it a chance. And with that being said, that's it. See you guys next Monday. And every Monday this will happen again. I fucked up with losing the footage.
Yeah, blame him.
But
dumbass.
This will happen. This will happen every Monday. If you want to hear us talk about some more nerdy shit that gets you hard for some reason.
So don't say that. That's weird. Next week. What if Superman was evil? The movie.
Hell yeah. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. Follow me on Instagram down below. You want people to add you on Snapchat? Or do you not care?
I don't care. Yeah.
Okay.
You can put it in the description.
Add this dude on Snapchat if you want. He complains about how he can't get good grades in college. And
Story of my life.
and yeah, so follow us down there. We'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget, stay happy.